Time now for Sports Review with Hank Stoddard, brought to you by Citgo, a new sign of power on the nation's highways. Citgo, where the zoom is.
Hi, everybody. Virtually every top pro in golf is competing in this week's stop on the Pro Golf Tour. The Tournament of Champions, actually called the International Champions, in Houston, Texas. And half the field is still on the course. But the early leader in the $110,000 tournament, which got underway today, is Frank Beard. Beard shot a 4-under par 67, has a two-stroke lead, but as we said, some of the golfers are still not in. At 69, 2 strokes behind Beard, the old veteran Ben Hogan, Kermit Zarley, and Don January. Among the ones still on the course are a lot of the top names, including Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus. We're going to talk baseball and talk to a guest, too. But first, here's a message on behalf of Citgo.
Now fill up with cash at Citgo. $500 may be waiting for you at your Citgo station in the exciting new game everybody's playing, the Citgo Cougars and Cash game. Yes, win up to $500 or the newest car on the road, the 1967 Mercury Cougar. Nothing to buy, no strings attached. To stop at any Citgo station displaying the Cougars and Cash sign and ask for your free picture cards and playing stamps. When the stamps complete the picture, you win. It's as easy as that. There are thousands of cash prizes waiting to be won in your area alone. And, of course, the new Cougar can be yours, too. So fill up with cash at Citgo. Play Citgo Cougars and Cash today. Citgo, where the zoom is. And now, Citgo, where the cash is. Licensed drivers only.
Today's a quiet day for Major League Baseball, made even quieter by the fact that one of the games that was slated was postponed because of rain. Let's look at the National League scoreboard. That's where the action is, or was, until one of the games was rained out. Chicago at Atlanta. That game postponed because of rain. I want to remind you, while we're talking about the Cubs, that the first Cub televised game on Channel 17 is this Sunday. They play the St. Louis Cardinals, and game time is 1:10 p.m. on 17. San Francisco at New York tonight. Mike McCormick, 0-1. Will likely go for the Giants against New York's Don Cardwell, 2-1. Houston at Philadelphia tonight. Don Wilson, the probable starter, 1-2 for Houston against the Phillies' Dick Ellsworth, who is 1-0. The 2 horses rated as the 2 top choices for Saturday's running of the Kentucky Derby drew the 2 best positions today. That happened when Rukin, who is the number 2 choice in the field, drew the rail position for the big race on Saturday, and the favorite, Damascus, drew the number 2 position. Now, 14 horses in all are entered officially now for the Derby. They include the number 3 post, went to Dr. Isby, and the others in order of post position are Diplomat Way, Barb's Delight, Successor, Proud Clarion, Don Glory, Fieldmaster, Gentleman James, Lightning Orphan, Second Encounter, Reason to Hail, and Ask the Fair. Drastic security measures are planned for the Derby to prevent any disruption of the race. Civil rights demonstrators have hinted they may attempt to obstruct the running of the Derby in the cause of open housing. But a National Guard contingent, state troopers, and an augmented city police force will be on hand to head off any such disruption if it should happen to occur. They've got a guest and a rather unusual friend he has with them, if we can describe him as that, and you'll find out about it after this message from Folgers Coffee.
Bill Jones, you haven't said one word to me this morning.
I just don't want to talk about it.
About what?
Your coffee. It's awful.
Oh, Mr. McGregor, I'm desperate. My husband says my coffee's awful.
Well, I used to recommend instant Folgers.
Used to?
But now I recommend new instant Folgers.
New? Instant Folgers is new?
Sure is. And it tastes good as fresh perked, because it is.
Really?
Look, new instant Folgers actually starts out as fresh perked coffee. Then they turn this percolated coffee into new instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perked.
Because it is fresh perked. I'll try it.
Have I ever told you you make a wonderful cup of coffee?
It's new instant Folgers. Tastes good as fresh perked.
I like it better.
New Instant Folgers tastes good as fresh perked because it is fresh perked.
Well, our guest, after a quick change here, tucking my microphone, is Dave Corey. And the friend I was talking about is on the floor here in the studio with us. And this is a jet-powered dragster called the Liquidator. And, Dave, you'll be at the Rockford Dragway this Sunday in a match race against Romeo Palomides, I believe it is.
Right, the Untouchable.
And his car, the Untouchable. Now, you've raced him before.
Yes, at Great Lakes.
How'd you do?
We beat him the best 2 out of 3.
Now, this is a jet-powered dragster, and behind us we have the engine. That's the front of it. And the cameraman will come along, I think, and show you the engine, which is back in here. And this is just almost similar to, in fact, it is an airplane engine.
Yes.
Now, how
Used by
fast?
Navy jet fighter is what it is.
How fast will it go?
I've been 260 miles an hour in it.
That's pretty close to flying. Now, the Rockford drag strip speed record, I believe, is 237 miles per hour. Do you think you can touch that on Sunday?
Right, hope to. Hope to on Sunday.
Now, the engine itself, you picked it up, you said it was Navy surplus?
Right. It's a J46 turbojet engine, what it is. Produces 10,000 horsepower.
That's a lot of horsepower, and it goes 260 miles an hour. Why doesn't it take off when it's going that fast, or does it try to on occasion?
Well, it's designed by Walter Arfons, which is one of the well-known car builders of jet dragster.
So it stays land-borne most of the time?
Right.
You were telling me, though, before we came on the air, that one time it did try to take off or hit a bump or something?
Right. I got airborne for about 30 feet, 230 miles an hour, about a foot high in the air.
Well, I want to wish you the best of luck, Dave, against Romeo on Sunday, and I hope that you stay land-borne not only this Sunday, but in the future. Thanks for being with us. That's the sports. We'll be back with more at 10:15. I hope you'll join us then.
This has been Sports Review with Hank Stoddard, brought to you by Citgo. You sign of power on the nation's highways. Citgo, where the zoom is.
This is folding money. You can do two things with it. You can spend it, or you can save it. Now, if you spend it, well, that's all, brother. It's gone forever. But if you put it to work for you, in a First Federal Savings account, well, you can expect to keep what you've saved and earn a 4.5% dividend to boot. So think it over carefully. What makes more sense to you? Put your folding money to work today at First Federal Savings and Loan, Rockford's largest. This is an application for insurance under the assigned risk plan. Look closely at question 18. Has applicant tried and failed to obtain automobile liability insurance in the state within 60 days prior to the date of this application? Now, this means if you cannot get insurance on your own, if you're refused insurance, the assigned risk plan is your last resort. But there's no need for this to happen, not if you go to the Ally Insurance Agency. Gene Leander of Ally Insurance is the general agent in this area for the Manchester Insurance and Indemnity Company, and he'll see that you get the best possible insurance at the lowest possible cost. Complete coverage with a respected company and no waiting period. If you're a driver and have ever been canceled or refused insurance, look for the Ally lamp, your symbol of complete insurance protection. Ally Insurance, 7th Street and 15th Avenue. Last week, Mrs. William Franz of Freeport and Mr. Gerald Hall of Loves Park were just two of the lucky folks who won $1,000 playing Jewel's exciting new game, Let's Go to the Races. Tonight, you could be a $1,000 winner sitting right there in your own living room. Let's Go to the Races. The exciting new television game is brought to you tonight and every Saturday night by your neighborhood Jewel Food Stores, the home of Miracle Food Prices, and the Osco Drug Stores in Rockford and Freeport. Hi, I'm Hank Stoddard, and welcome to Let's Go to the Races. Now here's how to use those official Jewel Osco cards that you have there in front of you. Now you get one of these cards free every time you visit a Jewel or Osco store. You don't have to buy a thing. Each week, the number and the color of the card up here in the box is different. Now, tonight, as the sign above me tells you, we're playing with card number 14, and the color in the corner box is blue. And here's how we play. There are 5 races in every program. For each race, there's a number in the win column of your card. That's the number of your horse for that race. Horse number 2, for instance, wins the first race, and you have number 2 in the win column. You have a winning ticket worth $5. And that's the way it goes. The prize is increasing right on up to $1,000 in the 5th race. The first race is coming up now. So let's go to the races with famous sportscaster Jack Dries. A couple of girls had quite a battle there, Sunglow Betty and Bouncing Bonnie, but Bouncing Bonnie had enough to inch away at the finish line, number 3. The winner of our first race paying $5, Bouncing Bonnie. Now, if you had horse number 3, the winner in the first race, all you do to get your cash award is to take your official Jewel Osco card. Make sure it has that number 14 up here in the blue box. To the manager of any jeweler Osco anytime Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and have it verified. And before we get on to the second race, I'd like to take time out to welcome all of you who are joining us for the first time tonight. You know, every week, more and more people are telling their friends about this exciting thoroughbred racing game of Jewel and Osco's. Now, the newspaper writers have reported that our show is a success. In fact, a phenomenon. In the 13 weeks that Jewel and Osco has been bringing you Let's Go to the Races, we're told that we've changed Rockford area Saturday night viewing habits. And I guess it's not really surprising because Let's Go to the Races is a great show. It's exciting just to watch each one of these races. For many families, this is their first close-up look at the sport of kings. And the fact that you can win cash awards right on up to $1,000 without leaving your living room just adds to the thrills. Just plain fun to win something, especially if it's money. Hundreds of Jewel customers from all over the Rockford area have done it already, and a lot more are going to win cash awards from Jewel and Osco in the weeks and months to come. Now Jack Dries is ready with race number 2, so let's join him. This one is worth $10. Well, not all guests are welcome ones, but I imagine this one was if you had number 8 on your race card for tonight. Number 8, the guest. The winner in the second race came from second last place to come on in and win, and if you had it, well, you get $10 for number 8, the guest. Now, race number 3 will get underway in just a moment. Right now, I'd like to meet somebody. Larry Cahill, the manager of the Jewel store in the Fairview Shopping Center. And Larry, welcome to Let's Go to the Races.
Good to see you, Hank.
And I imagine this game is creating quite a bit of excitement over at the Fairview Center.
It sure does. It's Monday morning is really exciting. People really get worked up when they're waiting there when the door opens.
Especially if they won.
That's right.
And have you had quite a few winners?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. In all of the past weeks, we've had a great number of winners.
I think most people are familiar with your store, know where it is on East State there in the Fairview Shopping Center.
Right there in the Fairview Shopping Center.
And have you been there for quite a while?
Yes, I have. This will be my 3rd year at Fairview.
Now, what about your background? We've had quite a few of the Jewel managers on, and most of them seem to be family men, raising families here in Rockford. Is this true of you?
That's right. I've got 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls.
That seems like a pretty even division there.
That's right, Hank.
Are you all finished, or you think you might add to the family?
Well, we never can tell.
Well, we want to thank you, Larry, for coming down, and hope that somebody on tonight's program is a $1,000 winner, and you'll be there to verify it on Monday morning when you open your store.
We'll be there.
Larry, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for dropping by.
Fine, Hank.
Now, we've got another race coming up. Jack Dries is ready with it right now. So let's move on to race number 3, worth $25.
They did. It smells like lime. It's lime. It's really lime. They made a lime shave cream. Who did?
Rapid Shave, makers of famous regular and menthol, and now new Rapid Shave Lime, a whole new kick in shaving.